Our Europe editor, Catherine Nicholson, is here to help us understand what could come of this, 1 millionth round of talks
approximately
that we're on now. But how close are we to a deal?
Well, it is a good sign, Charlie, that Michel Barnier is actually in London. Just a few weeks ago, the British government told Michel Barnier, don't bother coming because we haven't got anything to discuss with you. They really reached an impasse at one point. They're anticipating that this will continue all of this week as well, which is another pretty good sign. And both sides are talking about redoubling their efforts. We had the British Environment Secretary, George Eustace, telling British media today that there's goodwill on both sides as well. Much better, warmer language than the frosty language we had a couple of weeks ago. So they've both sides agreed as well that there are 3 areas to resolve: fishing, access to British fishing waters and catch. It actually only accounts for 0.03% of British economic wealth, GDP, but it's highly symbolic and of course very important to the communities that live on the coast, not just the UK, but Northern Europe as well. There's also competition. The UK keen to assert itself with new trade deals with non-EU countries after Brexit, but the EU wants to get assurances from the UK that it's not going to be undermining its EU neighbours on trade, lowering standards, unfair state aid, that kind of thing. And then there's also governance, meaning how will this new relationship be managed? This has fairly recently become a bit of a big issue. The UK bringing in a new law, the UK government trying to get through a new law, I should say, which includes provisions to just override parts of the original Brexit deal. Without going into all the detail, it pertains to trade across the UK Republic of Ireland border, and critics are very concerned that it could threaten peace and the Good Friday Agreement. Boris Johnson, though, has doubled down on this particular issue just today. His spokesman saying within about the last hour or so that these clauses that would allow the government to rip up bits of the Brexit deal would be a vital safety net. There's a vote on this in the House of Lords today. They are very likely to throw this out, but then the UK government could bring it back again in December, so it's far from over. Time short as ever, the deal needs to be operational on January the 1st. Boris Johnson has said he wants a deal, but he's prepared to trade on what he's calling Australia-style terms. Now, this is a bit of language trickery, to be honest. Australia-style terms means no formal trading arrangements at all. And I asked the former head of the World Trade Organization, Pascal Lamy, for his take on this Australia-style deal that keeps being talked about.
Trading with Australia on EU-Australia terms is just a joke. The EU and Australia have no trade agreement at all. EU and Australia trade between themselves according to WTO rules. So trading with Australia on Australian EU terms means no trade deal at all, and I think this should not be the way to go.
These talks continuing this week, Catherine, so we will be seeing more of you in the days to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you.